Okay, today is Friday, and it's the third week. It's the third week of this very uh, perplexing downtrend. And so, and I'm like, see, I'm at a point where now uh, everything is out the door. Whatever I've learned and gained is out the door right now. It's like it's it's like a desperation time. It's like I'm at the river's bank and the bank is about 20 feet tall and it's dirt and I'm trying to scratch it so I can climb up. And right behind me are river full of huge man-eating crocodiles. And the only thing that I can come up with to place on YouTube is like creating these stories. And what's the reality is I am in uh, utter desperation right now. I am in I am in utter desperation. Why am I in utter desperation? And why am I like I feel like I'm like inside a coffin, okay? 6 feet under right now. I don't know how to describe it, but I am in utter like I am right now flaming. I'm on fire right now. I'm like it's like somebody doused gasoline on me and lit a match to it, and I'm on flames. Uh, uh, and the reason is like I said about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I had this 10K that I started right on the heels of getting payouts. And I was at 5.5%. I was steadily making progress. And all I had to do was get 2.5%. But it took a very long time for me to get there, like a month and a half. Okay, but something switched. It turned on. It's like something just turned off inside my brain. It's it is as though in this building somebody walked around with illegal drugs and placed it in here that caused my brain to be rearranged 3 weeks ago. And ever since then, I just could not figure out how to. I just could not. I see. So every day it would be like this. I would be up about a percent and a half, almost every day. It would be like that. But as I started to trade, I would lose. And then for the past 2 days, I had like a -5% days for the past 2 days. So the second 10K account, uh, this is this is a drama that I don't want, and I don't want to keep placing on YouTube because it's the same story, but I can't seem to make any progress whatsoever. So I am on fire. I'm literally like engulfed in flames. I am engulfed in flames, and I'm watching Al Brooks, and what he's saying, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay? I don't understand what he's saying whatsoever. He keeps talking about it, but it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever right now. I have literally a desperation to get this thing working because it's been 5 years and I see people who are making progress. Okay? I see people who are making progress and I can't seem to make a single freaking progress after 5 years. And this is literally, this is, this is truly a moment of humbling. It's truly, I don't know if I can call it a humbling experience because I feel like I am truly a very, very, I know that I'm the dumbest guy on earth. I can feel it. I can feel it. I know it. It's like an utter desperation. It's an utter desperation. It's just unfathomable how desperate I am. I am literally, I think that's why people make YouTube videos about this kind of thing. But on a person, now I know that God is kind, and I know that I have good and kind people at the restaurant. I have good and kind people at Regis, who allows me to keep doing this. I know that. But what I feel right now is like it's a volcanic kind of a situation where I am literally inflamed. I'm on fire. Okay, I'm on, not in a good way. I'm like essentially engulfed in flames. Literally, like like fire is like on my face and on my shoulder. Okay, okay. I am. It is, wow. It is an utter. And now I'm finally feeling what I'm saying. Okay, before I wasn't able to understand what the situation is. But I'm like, this is after 5 years. This is after 5 years, and I'm right back to what I was doing the first day. That's where the frustration comes from. And I'm quietly sitting here listening to Al Brooks, and I'm saying to myself, look, I am one of those statistics where 99% of the people, which is I am, I just fell back into it. So I'm trying to like recount what happened for the past 3 weeks. The only thing that I can think, there's a couple things. One of them is obviously I don't know how to trade. Every trade that I made was wrong. Okay, it was wrong. And secondly, I was oversized. So even if I was making 1.5%, initially, it was purely out of luck. Okay, it was just purely out of luck. And then my luck started to ran out as I started to keep trading, because the market was always right and I was wrong, but I kept trading, so it kept going down. So for the past 3 weeks, it is a total dismantling of anything that I had, and I'm like, what is going on with the situation? What happened? What happened? I am see my see. I have to always think positive. Okay. Now, Al Brooks, it took him 10 years to figure this out. Okay. It took him 10 years to figure out. So, whatever he's talking about, I don't understand it. He talks about it. It's a breakout. Yeah, things like that. But I don't know. In my mind, I have to apply what he's saying. But I don't see an avenue where I can apply it. Okay. I don't see it. So, so I am I am at a point where I am in utter. See, I can't say that I'm humbled, okay? I can't say that I'm humbled because I fell down so many times. I cannot say that I've been humbled at this point. I cannot say that. Uh, I just seem so stupid. I feel like I'm stupid and so dumb. Uh, I said that about myself many times and I believed it, but this time it's like I am I am so dumb. I am literally and incredibly. I just, it is, wow. I'm living out of my car, and then I find myself not being able to get up and figure this out. I cannot figure this out. I cannot figure out what this trading thing is about. I understand what emotion is, but something else is going on. It's like maybe I don't know that this part of that emotion, maybe I don't know that this part of that emotion is still what's causing this. But something is causing me to just, uh, today was an utter frustration. Okay. So if I were to just figure this out, if I were to just analyze what happened today. So here's one trade that I made, which just totally dismantled my trading. So I was in UJ, I was in UC, and then I had 1.25 lots on, and I regretted it the first time around, first phase of that trade, because after I got in, it dropped. It dropped, but it almost took my challenge, but it came back up. Okay, to the point where I was even with that trade. But at the time when it was down, I said to myself, I'll never ever exceed half a lot because this thing will move and utterly destroy my challenge because I have to give it room to breathe, okay? Or I have to figure out, okay, so I need to get out of that trade and then think about coming back in. But that type of trading has, I found a way to bypass selling by going with small so that even if it moves a great deal, the small size allows me to stay in the trade so that I can get back to it. But there will be cases where the loss will be severe, but because the size is small, I can recoup it. But when I increment, so that's the premise of holding on to it. But because the size was so big that it was literally that single trade was about to ruin my challenge. And I said that to myself that I would not exceed a half a lot. So it came back up, but I only sold a 25 milli lot and kept the one lot in there, thinking, okay, it dipped, it came back, it's safe now, right? It's safe. But then, as the New York session started to open, it started to drop, and I found myself like looking like it's a deer in a headlight as it started to go down, and that one lot became a 4% loss. And I'm thinking to myself, how did that happen? Right? I said to myself that I would not exceed a half a lot because it moves so much. So I closed it out, and I found myself in utter confusion. So uh, so I'm like dumbfounded. I don't know how I can explain this. It's like I was like slapped silly. It's like somebody took a slapstick and just pounded me on the head. I I have to be a brutally honest because it feels like my brain. It feels like I've been beaten senselessly. It's like it's like okay, it's like somebody had come along and just beaten me senselessly so that I lost consciousness. I don't know how to explain it, but that seems to have what happened. Okay, so I'm here on a Friday trying to study. I'm trying to study Al Brooks, and it still doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm watching, but his videos are like half an hour long. Each of them, each of them are half an hour long. It's like hundreds. And 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 some the things are just seems to be so foreign right now. It doesn't connect at all. It's like I am literally so it seems like the language that he's speaking doesn't translate into any familiarity. It's like I am essentially not even a trader. It doesn't make any sense to me that what he's talking about. It's like I have been kicked out of trading. Okay? Something has rearranged in my brain that is keeping me from making those connections about see if I am a true trader, I should be able to look at it and say, "Oh, that's what he's talking about" instantly. I should know that. But something has caused me to just completely be rearranged and tossed out of the realm of trading. I don't know what it is. Okay, but so it's been 5 years. It's been 5 full years. And then I'm looking at another 5 full years of doing the same thing. Okay, same thing. And so I routinely make connections between chess and this, and I'm thinking to myself, how do I improve in chess? Okay, how do I improve in chess? I haven't improved. So how do I improve in chess? So I have to keep studying the fundamentals. I have to, I have to study. I have to study. Uh, I can't change the world in a single day, but I have to keep studying. Okay, I have to, I have to create a study plan for me to help me to figure this out. Other people have done it. They figured it out. I know it. I have a trading buddy who is profitable. So I know it can be done. It can be done. When I look at the YouTube channels, there are a lot of people who's making money. So I don't know. I'm scratching my head. Are they really making the money? I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. It's just that I don't have a substance that allows me to believe that they're making money, except a trading buddy who makes money. He knows how to make money. He knows it, so he's making money. So somebody's making money out there. But so that means because that means I have to figure out a way how to break through from this. So I feel like literally I'm sitting on support, but the support is crumbling and it is like eroding, and I'm about to fall through the floor. Okay, because I've been at that support for such a long time. But I know in the back of my mind, wholeheartedly and truly, I know that the people that I am being supported by are the, I mean, they are God-fearing people who loves God, and I know that I can count on them. I know that, but I know the support is so strong. It is mended by God, okay? But something in me has created a blaze. I am literally on fire, and I want to know why I have been singeing for the past 5 years instead of breaking out. In order to break out, I can already see it. In chess, I've been doing the same thing over and over again. But in order for me to improve, I have to start learning something new about it so that I can add to it. So that means that I'm expanding upon my knowledge. Trading is the same way. So I've been doing certain things, but I need to add certain things to it in order to enhance it so that the market will provide an opportunity for me to use what I acquire as I start to study. I heard a while back somebody saying that people, soon as they learn something, smart people, obviously, I'm going to be very, very honest. I'm raising my hand, and I'll say it again. And I've said this many, many times before. I said this to many, many, many times before God, and I'm being very, very honest. I am very dumb. Okay? Crickets chirping, because it's the honest truth. So now I've been doing this for past 5 years. So if another thing that keeps popping up, people said that if you learn a little bit each day, it's gonna start building up. But what I didn't know is that what I'm looking for is a result, big result, the first day, and not building upon an incremental progression of learning. And that's why it always has been like trying to climb up a bank where there's loose dirt and it's too high for me to climb because I'm trying to jump at it at once. I have to start climbing a little bit at a time by building the base so that it will be easier for me to reach to the top. I have been literally holding myself back. Thankfully, that the faith that I have for God is allowing me to sustain the support that I have to keep going. So the secret to trading is making incremental progression of learning, constantly learning. When the habit of emotion and addiction is used, I never learn because I'm essentially using the same emotional things that are causing me to not grow at all, because that emotion is doesn't grow. It's just emotion. Okay? Even if I become familiar with it, it's just emotion. It's not helping me get to the point where I'm becoming a better trader. So each day, I have to make incremental progress of positive traction towards truly becoming a profitable trader. Instead of 3 weeks ago, I was employing a strategy called trade small. It works. I created it using the 5K. It works. But somehow I got bored. I got bored and I started to trade big after 3 weeks. That was the critical that's the critical part. That was the critical thing. So it'll still work if I go back to trading small, but it's freaking slow. So I'm trying to like now really become a legitimate trader. In order to become a legitimate trader, I have to be able to make a trade and make a substantial gain on a single trade. I cannot be making small trades to chip away at it as it starts to accumulate, making like a 0.5%, but I have to make 2 to 3 transactions from that. Although trading small will lead up to a bigger gain, bigger trade. Okay, it will do that. But what I'm trying to do, because the strategy that I have essentially is a blanket statement of entering into a scaling in to a trade. I can scale into a trade even if the trade is going against me. I can scale in, but because the initial size is small, I can recoup it as it starts to keep going down, and I can recoup it as it and I can ride it up, and even my losses can be removed. Even trading and closing it out for even. Okay, I can do that. But if I make the size too big, I'll be caught up in the downslide and I have to sell out. And that's what's been happening for the past 3 weeks. Okay? All I can say right now is thank God. Thank God I have people who support me. It's been 5 years and I have people who are supporting me. Now it's time to get up. It's time to get up. What I need to do now is this. I'm on fire. A Catholic deacon stood next to me and put some fire in me. In a good way, okay? But I feel like I'm like burning up right now. I feel like I'm like being singed. I feel like the flames are just stirring up all sorts of things that are causing me to be like, it feels, there's a movie called, it feels like incredible amount of like anxiety and anxiousness right now. Okay, maybe that's what I need. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something that's going to make some progress each and every moment. So what I'm gonna be looking for is when I look at Al Brooks' training course, it takes time to study it, but when I see it, I want to know how I can employ that and incorporate it into my trading. And the idea right now is this, okay? So what I want to do is, okay, so here's what I need to do. I've already have some experiences, and I know certain things that occurs at a certain time, okay? I've seen many of the structures that occurs. So I can identify what is the most common and then take that trade and maximize it. So I can maximize the efficacy of that particular setup. So okay, so what I need to do is I want to identify a reliable setup. Okay? But everything is a breakout. Okay? Everything is a breakout, but there's a specific type of breakout that I'm looking for that I see on a common basis that are effective, and I can take that trade. And if it's not that, then I'll stay away from making that trade. But when I make that trade, because I will be a master of that one particular setup that happens practically all the time during the day, I will be able to make a significant amount of return. Okay? That's the goal. Okay, so let's recap this simple thing. My mind is a very simple thing, okay? I'm being very, okay, so on LinkedIn, I have a few people who support me. Okay, they say that I am the greatest, I'm a very good engineer. People say that. Even my former manager says that. And he recommended me to companies to be hired. In that, I'm gonna let him down right now. I'm gonna be very honest. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. Uh, I'm going to be. He's a manager, so he sees things that are different. But the way that I'm seeing myself is that I am a very dumb person. I am extremely dumb. Okay, and so I appreciate the recommendations that he given, and the way that he spoke. I am sincerely grateful. He's saying that because he is a great man. He's a great man. His name is James, but he's a great man. He's a great man. He's a God-fearing man as well. He's a great man. I appreciate him saying that. But I have to be very honest. I am dumb. I am dumb as a nail on a post. Okay, I am dumb. I'm literally dumb. It took me 5 years to figure this out, that this is what I need to do, okay? It's like it's like I was in a bed of emotion for the past 5 years that locked me, put me in a coma, so nothing stuck. But now finally that emotion has been burnt away, singed away. I mean, it seems to be that emotion was a fuel, a rocket fuel that was on me, and the fire has engulfed me, and it was burning and singeing, and it was like removing it from the soul. So now this trading buddy of mine, he says, well, he's a master now. He has mastered a process. He's mastered a process, which is essentially a when you master a process, you can replace it with any setup. Mastering a process is the most important part of trading. He's mastered the process. Okay, now I need to use one of those setups to master my own process, because that process is consistency. Okay, that mastering the process is called consistency. That means it's consistency. Okay, that's what it means. So right now there's so many things that I can do. There's so many ideas that Al Brooks is presenting, but I need to pick one. Okay, I need to pick one specific one that I find it useful. Okay? Which means that what I have to do is when I make the trade, I have to wait for that particular setup to occur before I make the trade. Okay? I have to wait for that particular setup to occur in order to get into the trade, and then I can execute that trade and take advantage of that situation. But until then, I cannot be entering in and out, wasting my time. So it seems to me, what I do is I did have some patience in the past, before 30 weeks, to wait for that particular situation to occur, so that there's a couple things that needs to occur. I cannot be in a trade when certain situations occur, like right before the market open, because it'll go crazy. So whatever trade that I have in, I cannot be holding on to it. So I need to be in and out. Okay, so I need to consider that in my trading as well. I cannot be holding on to something. If the trade isn't working at a certain point, I need to exit the trade prior to certain events occurring. So there are multiple things that are occurring in my trading. One of them is making mistakes, complicating it, and then I'm chasing candles, and chasing candles have always been an issue, because what it will do is there will be a green candle, and I'm like programmed to jump in like a housefly into a zapping thing, right? So those two things, okay. So those two things are causing me to lose, and not waiting for my setup. And when certain things shows up, I feel like I need to jump in and use a setup that I haven't fully vetted out, and That's see, like 3 weeks ago, I was using a single setup. I was just I was just trading a single setup. Now I see the difference. 3 weeks ago, I was just trading a single setup. Okay, it was essentially it's called a scaling into a dip. That was my setup. I was strictly trading that setup, and I was able to. I'm getting freaking goosebumps right now. I just finally realized what I was doing, and I forgot. See, this is how dumb I am. I forgot. I forgot what was effective. I forgot what was effective and just totally tried to do something else, which I wasn't familiar with. That's why I've been losing for the past 3 weeks. I was using a single setup that I mastered. I mastered it. I used up so many 5K accounts to master it. I mastered it. I have also, by mastering it, I have mastered the process too. That was like months ago. I was there. I am there. I was there. But I was doing something else. I am on fire. Okay, so the strategy that I perfected is called scaling into a downtrend. That was it. The beautiful part about was that because my size is small, and all the movements that occurs are very shallow to the size, because the size is so small, it can move, and the loss is small, even if it moves extremely, like the past week. That I just realized, I didn't even realize that there were two things that I did, which is I mastered the process. I've also mastered a particular setup. Those two combinations allowed me to be profitable at the 5K, okay? Which I totally forgot. And I was being profitable on the 10K until I completely forgot 3 weeks ago, all right? So I have it. I am so dumb that even though it's working, I don't even know about it. I put it on the shelf and try something else. How dumb can I be? Okay? Thank you, God. But for torching me. It's like burning. I am on fire. Okay? I'm on fire. It's 10 o'clock on a Friday. Okay? The road to victory. See, this thought is always on the back of my mind. I have good people who care about me, and I am so thankful. I have a former manager who's in Colorado who has been kind to me. Even after I left there in 2008, we kept in contact. How many years is that? That's like 17 years, and so we're still in contact. And he's supportive. I am so thankful. I have a college buddy, okay? I can recount the good people that are around me. It's quite a bit is through this guy named Jesus Christ, okay? Thank God. Thank God for Jesus Christ. Wow. So to come to think of it, it just never occurred to me. I was wallowing in misery right now. I was wallowing in misery. Okay? It's like I was like depression mode. I thought I was in a coffin. I was like buried 6 feet under and things like that. But I was wallowing. I was drowning in my own misery. Okay, for the past 3 weeks, because it was used to work, and it's so okay. So I have that idea that I have mastered the process as well. I've also mastered a particular setup. Now what I'm looking for is when I enter into it, I can look at something that is breaking out, okay? Sure, I can get in at any time with that small size. It works whether it's going down or whether it's going up. And I was in the middle of perfecting a strategy where I'm like scaling into a breakout, okay? So I was trying to do that. Oh, I forgot. I don't know what happened. Did I suffer a stroke or something? I don't know. The people at the restaurant have made it easier for me to concentrate on day trading. Okay. Now I'm just doing prep work. And yet it has been incredibly difficult. I forgot I lost. So what I'm trying to do right now is scale in to a winning trade. That's the second part of the trade. It's a slight shift. It's a slight shift, but it has been proven to be a problematic because I have to time it right. Because what eventually happens is that it goes down, it goes back up, but it's hard to time it. So I got to figure this out. I have to key off of a certain thing so that it allows me to take advantage of that, right? But even if I'm wrong as I'm like scaling into as it climbs, even if I'm wrong, it's going to be far less expensive than scaling into when it's going down, right? So that's the premise behind the idea that I have, and it happens all the time. It happens. It happens in a 1 minute chart. It happens in a 5 minute chart. It happens in a 15-minute chart. It happens all the time, and so I can use that. I can figure that out. It dips up and down all the time, so I can figure that out. So I need to identify a specific landmark in trading so that I can take advantage of it. Okay? I'm on fire. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's what the video is going to be. Okay?